This is Luke and my for my Say Nature story, and so we just got some. I'm gonna start by reading it. This is a place that has no rules or laws, so it's called the Say Nature. So we just got some news. It definitely wasn't good though, but I knew why. People were tackling and playing rough at lunch recess. Football has been going bad all week with arguing and too much contact. Too much. Truly, has been the most fun I've ever had at all my time at Westgate playing football. Football is my favorite sport, and having the opportunity to play it at school, I've been dominating for the last 4 years, and I finally getting the pick I deserve. The problem was I was never really a first round pick because captains always select their best friends first. I feel good doing the best in my schoolwork and being the best, doing my best, and finally, I'm starting to get noticed on the field. Finally, being on the stack team, and I was on the unstacked team, for sure, I was complaining. The stack team was the best. Scoring touchdown after touchdown, winning game after game. Man, I was beasting out there and scoring left and right and pick after pick. Truly, it was the best. It wasn't the best, but I was up. I wasn't truly. I wasn't the best. Wait, sorry. I wasn't the best, but I was up there. But finally, the other team cracked. I had just stripped it from Ryan, and I was on my touchdown run and scored. Having so much fun, getting swept up in the moment, celebrating with my teammates, doing a little chicken dance in the end zone. Then I caught a glimpse of them running over the teacher, but it was too late. Too late. Wait, they were close they were close and I was too far. They were ta- they were talking. They were talking. Then blew the whistle at us. They made such a drastic decision, banning football. I worked the rest of the day at school and went home. I did my homework, but I was so furious. Why do we have this stupid rule at school? I worked the rest of the day at school and went home. I did my homework, but I was so furious. Why do we have this stupid rule at school? No football? Come on! What in the world? What world are we living in? I laid in my bed thinking of it, running it through my mind. It just wasn't right to me. Football is a part of my daily routine. I do my work and get rewarded with football. If I was the principal, I would let the kids play tackle football. I would actually let the kids have fun at school, unlike the one that we have right now. This wouldn't happen if we had this dumb rule. I screeched. I think I'm gonna go move to Canada. Luckily, no one heard me. I would still be having fun. Eventually, I would still be having fun. Eventually, I went to sleep with the thought on my mind. I woke up with shock. I woke up, but with shock. I was in a bush in downtown Arlington. Sure, I knew to get home, and the real question was, how did I get there? I was brushing off my pajamas from the leaves and twigs, and I realized the chaos that was going on around me. People driving on the wrong side of the road, and driving from the back seat. There were overgrown plants everywhere with animals roaming the streets. It's like we went back in time when it was all farmland and animals roaming. There were a pack of dogs, like packs of wolves, but dogs. They looked mean, so I decided to avoid them. I was observing the area some more. It was crazy. Some people huddling by this a fire in this barrel. I whispered, I bet Canada is better than here. There were overgrown trees and people swinging vine to vine across them. They were like newer versions of Tarzan. Good thing I brought my phone to sleep when I go to sleep. So when these things happen, I call my mom. Ring, ring, boop, boop, beep, boop. Luke, where are you? Come home immediately, she yells. Mom, let me tell you my side of the story. So it was a regular night, but when I wake up, bam! I'm in this crazy world. She cuts me off by saying, Luke, calm down. This world is just like it always is. Lucas? It always is, Lucas. What have you been doing? I'm going to see if your video games does this to your peanut brain. Mom, it wasn't nice. Wait, that wasn't nice. What's with you? Usually you would be flipping out because I'm outside alone. You don't even know where I am, I said. She hung up and I made my way home. I was trying to avoid everything that looked at me. I got home and looked at the clock. Wow, what time did I wake up at? It's only 5 o'clock. I was tired from the long walk home, so I decided to rest and watch some TV. The good thing is all the good shows are on really early in the morning. I laid down and just watched some SpongeBob. My favorite episode was on. The one when SpongeBob's house gets destroyed and he stays with Patrick. My favorite part makes me always laugh, and it didn't disappoint. It came up. Patrick and SpongeBob were going to sleep when Patrick has a dream about spiders and crushes SpongeBob with his house. I was laughing my head off. Ha 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 ha. This went on for about an hour. I was laughing my head off. Oh, sorry. This went on for about an hour. SpongeBob is my absolute favorite show in the whole wide world. Then, all of a sudden, someone runs through the glass of the window with a baseball bat and completely destroying the TV. Swing after swing, every strike hitting the TV and sparks flying. The guy didn't even look at me. It was like he said, "Oh, don't mind me while you destroy my TV." The thing that made me furious was that I was watching my favorite show. You never mess with the guy while he's watching himself some SpongeBob. I whispered to myself, I bet people in Canada don't do this. I bet there's no weirdos in Canada and they don't smash up your TV. Well, it was so early. It was so early in the morning. I passed out on the couch, and I woke up and saw the time. Mom, do you realize what time it is? 15. School's starting in 15 minutes. I'm not even dressed. School's starting in 15 minutes, and I'm not even dressed. Mama, Luke, who cares about school? Who cares? No one really goes to school. What's the big deal? No one ever goes to school. Mom, I'll go with or without you. I'm going. I got ready for school, the fastest I've ever gone. If I was timed, I would have the world record. I let the sink fill up with water while I slipped my clothes on and dunked my head in the water for my makeshift shower. Then I ran down the stairs and got a somewhat air dry for my hair. Then I took my lunch, put some cereal in my mouth, dumped some milk in my mouth, and ran out the door. I was sprinting. I realized that I should have listened to my mom. To my surprise, no one showed up. Actually, a whopping 4 people, including me, Ryan, Tucker, and Aiden. I tried to create a small talk. So, how's your weekend? Ryan answered immediately. Well, someone ripped my roof off of my house, and then it started on fire, just like a regular weekend. So what happened to Mr. Soares? Well, we kind of take days off, and I guess he took one off today. Take days off of school? Are you crazy? School's where you learn. Don't truant officers come after you? If you want to talk to me, you got to talk to me in English. If you stop making up jobs. We walked all the way to lunch. We were eating and one third grader flings their cold mashed potatoes across the room and landed right on top of Tucker's head. Tucker, reacting like anybody else would, launches his sandwich right back at him. Then all broke out, and an ultimate food fight occurred. Me knowing no teachers were there did my part. Food flying, and it was lots for there only being about 10 people there. I got hit a couple times from behind, but I got behind this table that I had gotten flipped over. I saw the kid who did it. It was the strongest second grader I've ever seen. He got plopped in the head with the juice box and it spilled all over him. He screeched, "Do you mean you don't throw food at little kids like me?" Then at dinner, I noticed there was something wrong with the chicken. It was a little slimy. Then I touched it. Bam! It wasn't cooked at all. It was the nastiest thing I've ever seen. I confronted Mom. Mom, just a suggestion, but next time could you maybe cook it? Mom screeched, If you want food, make it yourself. I'm not your servant." My sister Marissa chimed in. "No need to be mean about it. Let's just enjoy and say thank you to Mom." I whispered, "I bet moms in Canada don't do this." We carried on with our night. I hoped everything would go back to normal. The next morning, I realized this was the craziest dream. I was relieved that I didn't have to live another day in that crazy world. So, yeah.